Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Christie Sides has officially been relieved of her duties. Folks, let's all take a quick moment of silence for Christie Sides as the head coach of the Indiana Fever. Okay, moment of silence is up. Christie Sides, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Maybe you can find a new head coaching spot next year. Man, I woke up this morning and it was like being a freaking 6-year-old again, running down the stairs saying, ooh, what's underneath my Christmas tree? Indiana Fever letting go of Christie Sides. Damn! The best present I could have asked for, folks. It is October 27th, 2024. Christmas has come early. Hanukkah has come early. Friendsgiving has come early. Any type of occasion, birthdays have come early. Any type of occasion in which where you receive a gift, where you receive a present, folks, we have all been treated to an early Christmas, to an early holiday season. It seems as if the Indiana Fever are officially ready to play ball. The heavy hitters have come in and have gotten rid of all of the dead weight. Folks, Christie Sides is no longer the head coach of the Indiana Fever basketball team. That means together, folks. I gotta hang it up. That means paint touches, folks. I gotta hang it up. Christie Sides. Defensive stancing on the sidelines, folks. We gotta hang it up. We gotta hang up all of the great things that made Christie Sides great. Notice how none of them were actually coaching decisions. Notice how none of the things that we remember Christie Sides for were actually coaching decisions. The only coaching decisions we remember Christie Sides for are the lack thereof coaching decisions. You know, a team going on a 15-0 run. Are we going to call a timeout? Oh, we're not going to call a timeout. Oh, okay. Sorry, Christie. Our team going cold from the field. Are we going to call a timeout and maybe gain some bearings under? Oh, we're not. Oh, okay. Sorry, Christie. Lexi Hole goes up, clean block, nothing but ball. Hey, are we gonna challenge that call? Oh no, we're. Oh, okay. Thank you, Christie. Folks, the Christie Sides era has come to a close, and this benefits everybody. Everybody. How does this benefit Caitlin Clark? Well, gee, she doesn't have a dum-dum as her head coach anymore. That's probably number one. Number two, she doesn't have somebody in her ear telling her to take long twos instead of threes. Number three, she doesn't have somebody on the sidelines telling her what to do with the basketball because the new head coach will have enough faith in Caitlin Clark that they don't feel the need to micromanage her decisions on court. That was something Christie Sides did all too well. Hey, Caitlin, I know you have something planned. I know you're in the middle of running an offense, but can you just swing the ball over here to Kelsey and just get on the other side? Can you just swing the ball over here to Aaliyah and just get on the other side? Can we just force terrible, slow-paced offense while you just get on the other side and we reduce you to a spot-up shooter? No longer do we need to worry about that. No longer do we need to worry about a coach that can't draw up a final play for her best two players. Folks, we have a chance to win the game. Christie Sides draws up a play for Aaliyah Boston. Meanwhile, we have Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, all on the floor. I believe we needed a three-pointer to win or put it into overtime. And Christie Sides draws up a play for Aaliyah Boston to shoot the three. And then Christie Sides' explanation at the end of the game is, well, you know, the other team, they're game planning for Caitlin. They're game planning for Kelsey. So I thought we would trick them and get Aaliyah Boston the ball in a corner three-point shot. Christie, you probably thought that was a good idea, didn't you? You probably thought you were going to go to that press conference and be like, guys, they won't see this coming. They won't see this coming at all. You're right, because we're not fools, Christie. we thought that you being the head coach of the team would be able to draw up something creative enough for one of your two best players to take the game-winning shot, the game-ending shot. Instead, you say you can't draw up a play for them because naturally the opposing coach is game planning for them. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. The New York Liberty can draw up a play for Breanna Stewart to get the ball, but you can't draw up a play for Caitlin Clark to get the ball. Okay. The New York Liberty can draw up a play for Sabrina Ionescu to get the ball, but you can't draw up a play for Caitlin Clark to get it. Okay. The Las Vegas Aces can draw up a play for Asia Wilson to get the ball, but you can't draw up a play for Caitlin Clark to get the ball. Okay. The Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA Finals can draw up a play to get Nafisa Collier the ball, but you can't draw up a play to get Caitlin Clark the ball. Oh, okay. You see how interesting this is? You see how it always is a pattern that other coaches are able to, what's that word I'm looking for? It rhymes with poach. I want to say coach. Oh yes, other coaches are actually able to coach. They don't just stand there on the sidelines and watch the game pass them by. Christie Sides, you must have woken up every morning and put on your coach's costume because you're definitely not a head coach at heart. I'm sorry. That was a little bit rude of me, Christie. I apologize. But who else is going to be thriving from this new Kelsey Mitchell? Kelsey Mitchell's been through a whole slew of coaches. 4 coaches now. I believe this will be her 5th. Kelsey Mitchell has gone through a whole slew of coaches. And now she's finally seen, oh, wait, this organization's about business now. Oh, whoa. This isn't the Indiana Fever organization that I rotted my whole entire career away with. No, this is a whole new look of the franchise that's trying to put pieces in place, that's trying to put people in positions of power that can actually make the correct choices for the team moving forward. Folks, we all knew Kelsey Mitchell's best games came when she was highly efficient. 7 for 13, 10 for 14, 11 for 16, 12 for 17. Games like that. In a new offense that is centered around Caitlin Clark's ability to play with the basketball, Caitlin Clark's ability to shoot long range, Caitlin Clark's ability to actually finish at the rim, Caitlin Clark's newfound ability to hit the pull-up midi, Caitlin Clark's newfound ability to hit the floater, all that's going to do is just open up games for Kelsey Mitchell to continue to go off like she did the second half of last season. Kelsey Mitchell is going to be pumped with confidence from this new coach. Kelsey, when Caitlin goes, do your thing. From a confidence in the organization standpoint, Kelsey Mitchell needs to be thrilled. And I got to give it up to you. Kelly Krauskopf, the new president of basketball and business operations at the Indiana Fever. She came ready to play. This woman came to the Indiana Fever ready to play. She has been pulling absolutely zero punches in what her intentions are. And to be honest with you folks, you're damn right. She was giving us the lip service at that introductory press conference. She was giving us the nice words about Christie Sides. Yeah, she's a good culture builder, this, that, and the third. Didn't say anything about her being a good coach. Said, hey, she inherited a team. They had a hard start to the schedule, so on and so forth. But Kelly Krauskopf came in here, said, Lynn Dunn, you need to go. Said, Christie Sides, you need to go. And in comes Amber Cox, former GM of the Dallas Wings, former GM of the Connecticut Sun. This team is ready to play ball. Folks, I don't want to get overly confident, but if we don't hit the conference finals next year, the honeymoon point for that new coach will be over. Trust me. Whoever this new coach is coming in, the expectations will be high. Trust me. If it is you, Stephanie White, if it is you, expectations coming into next year is going to be high. We now think we might actually have a championship coach at our helm. I've said this numerous times. If we just changed our coach, I think this roster would have been far more successful just with a new person at the helm. I mean, Aaliyah Boston, can you imagine Aaliyah Boston now being able to play free within her game? She's not going to be forced to get paint touches. Remember that, folks. If it's not in your game to continuously get the ball, pound the rock, 10,000 times in the paint to turn around and throw up something at the backboard, then it's not in your game. Then the more you're asked to do things that's not in your game, it's not going to be as comfortable. You're not going to be as efficient. You're not going to be as effective. Your bad games are going to far outweigh your good games. Your negative impact is going to far outweigh your positive impact. Aaliyah Boston's now going to get the ball in the swing of an offense. Hopefully we actually are going to have an offense being run. Hopefully we get a coach that comes in and says, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role. Free roles for everybody. Hopefully we have a coach that's going to come in and hold players' feet to the fire, hold players accountable. Hey, we got to get that. Hey, we got to make that. We got to slide here. We got to rotate here. We got to drop down here. We got to hedge here. Oh, it's a 2-point game? Nice. Let me draw something up for my best player. And depending on who comes into that new role as head coach, folks, what are we going to do? We're going to crowd the paint. So it's Aaliyah Boston with Smith next to her. So it's Aaliyah Boston with Dantis next to her. So it's Aaliyah Boston with Tammy next to her in the starting lineup. Or are we going to revamp this roster and say, it's Aaliyah, you're down there by yourself. Now you have space to operate. So those times where we do need to give you paint touches, you have the paint to yourself. You are free to move around the cabin. Folks, this is beneficial to say the least. This is a great start to say the least. Kelly has come in wiping it out. Completely turning a new leaf. Completely turning the page on this Indiana Fever organization. Gonna help Caitlin. Gonna help Kelsey. Gonna help Aaliyah. Lexi Hull now doesn't need to worry about, are you getting 10 minutes here or are you getting 20 minutes here? Are you getting 25 minutes this game or are you going to get 7 minutes this game? Are you going to get 15 minutes this game only to get a DMP the game after? Folks, it's the turn. It is the turn. It's time to get back. I don't want to say a little delusional, but I think we have every right to say, hey, if we don't get to the conference finals next year, not going to be a happy camper. Folks, conference finals now, right? We did what we did without a quality coach in our eyes, correct? We went as far as we did without a quality coach in our eyes, correct? So now, when we do get a quality coach, these expectations got to rise. Those expectations need to rise. We also have the expansion draft coming up. I was talking to Chick Stick Scars, shout out to CDS. We were talking not too long ago saying, hey, the time is going to start ticking for the Fever to make a head coaching change. We have the expansion draft coming up December 6th. Rosters and core players need to be finalized by the last week of November. There is a 30-day window where this is now your chance. It's either now or never for your chance to move. It's either now or never if you're going to make a head coaching change. It needs to be before you start coring players. It needs to be before the expansion draft, before free agency. This coach needs to come in real quick, sign you to a 1 year, you to a 1 year, you to a 1 year, you to a 1 year. That's how things need to go. That's how things need to go. Caitlin Clark is already in the lab. Already in the lab, back in the gym, putting up her shots. She's ready. She's already putting in the work. Now it's time for the front office to continue putting in the work and this new head coach to get into her newly renovated office, because you guys better renovate that Christie Sides office, right? We want no stench of Christie Sides where our new head coach is going to sit. We want no rub at all. I don't even want this new coach breathing the same air that Christie Sides breathed when she was there. We got to get a humidifier in that room. We got to get a purifier in that room. And let's just repaint the wall. We got to repaint the walls. We got to resurface the floors. We got to get rid of her little school desk. Because you know Christie Sides, she didn't have like a real desk. She had one of those school desks where you could put your books underneath with your textbooks and your notebooks. She had one. Christie Sides had one of those desks. in her Indiana Fever office. Did they give her were you guys even generous enough to give her an office, or did you just give her the closet, the janitor's closet, and said, hey, that little corner over there with the flickering light bulb, that's your office? Let me know, folks. Let me know. But Christie Sides, no longer the head coach of the Indiana Fever. Now speculation station. Speculation nation. Speculation designate. Whatever you want to say, folks. Now we need to sit and think, who do we really want as that new coach? Do we really want it to be Stephanie White? Do we want it to be a former Pacers assistant coach? Folks, do we want to jump onto the Los Angeles Lakers coaching staff and take Lindsey Harding? It's another name that I wouldn't mind getting floated out there. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Christie, it was nice to see you. It was nice to meet you. It was nice to greet you. But now it's time to say, so long, sucker. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. I appreciate all of the support. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, take it easy.